Go ahead, station.
Yeah, Roger. I just wanted to see how this radio is performing. I just did some repairs on it. Over.
Oh, well, I think you got all the stuff in the right place. It sounds good.
Oh, Roger. I'm noticing that when I first turn it on cold, it needs to warm up a good bit to get back on frequency. So I'm thinking I need to change out some capacitors. Over.
What kind of radio is it, sir?
TS450S. I just got it the other day. When I first got it, the audio circuit for the speaker didn't even work, and I found an old electrolytic that was leaching. So I changed it out and fixed that, and put it aligned it slightly. Not a complete alignment yet, but it's I guess about 20 years old now, so I guess I can't expect too much. And the person that had it before me apparently used it mobile because there's some rust on the cabinet and so forth. Over.
Roger, bro. Probably took it on vacation down to Florida. Got some salt air. I don't know. Is that solid state radio or tube type?
It is solid state, and matter of fact, it came from Florida. So there you go.
Roger, sounded like it's like the same problem as cars, you know. You get Florida cars, they've got rust. It's that salt air. All right, so it's sounding good. Yeah, sometimes I had a Drake TR4C that used, you know, that was vintage 1975, I guess. And it would take about a half hour before it got pretty stable, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. And these solid-state radios, you know, this is from the early 90s, this particular model, and they would do the same thing if the electrolytics start to dry up or you know, if they bleed a little bit. I haven't noticed any of them too many bleeding. Most of them are probably dried up. It's hard to tell. But a lot of times in your PLL or on your BFO circuit or whatever, you know, if you have some old electrolytics, the voltage has changed and causes things to need to warm up a bit before they stabilize. So I'll probably change out all the capacitors on the electrolytics on the boards, and that ought to straighten it out pretty good.
Oh, roger that. Well, I guess 20 years ago they built things on PC boards that you could actually get your fingers into. Today, you open up a radio and all you see are little dots, little risings in the PC board. You can't tell what the component is, but you know, it's there's no way that you could actually fix one.
Yeah, that's true. You just change a board out because it's all surface-mounted junk, you know. And I'm too arthritic to deal with that, you know. And I was trained on through mounting and so forth. So, so you're right. This one does have quite a bit of solder-in through-mounted circuit boards, but this also has a lot of surface-mounted stuff as well. Most of the diodes are surface-mounted. There are a few through-mounted diodes, like a Zener or two, but most of them are surface-mounted, and I would never be able to fix those, so I hope none of them go.
Oh, Roger, yeah, I have seen some folks go in there and try to repair that stuff, and some of them are successful, but it takes a microscope and, you know, good eyesight, I guess, and good luck.
Well, I use a good eyesight in me. I don't have it very good anymore, man, but I wear this head, this thing around my head. It's got several different settings on it, and several different magnifiers built into it. So that's what I'm wearing, even with a regular circuit board, because if I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see anything. But I do zoom in like that, and it does work. But I do appreciate the radio report there. And we are on 7.171.00, and it seems like I'm on frequency. So that's all I wanted to make sure. Over.
Yes, sir. We are on 71.00. So you are definitely on frequency, and everything's working good. And I wish you luck on your future repairs on that radio. Although you might want to use it for a couple of months like it is, just to say you got some use out of it, in case the further repairs go badly.
Roger. That's wisdom. And I was planning on doing that too for the same reason. And I may leave it be because every once in a while, when you get an older radio like this one, if they sat a long time, and this one did. It was in a closet for a while, in the original box and so forth. And a lot of times, if you just let them sit, the electrolytics, take time to stabilize. So what you need to do is just let it bake, they call it, like the old tube rigs, which I have mostly tube radios here. I got an 830 and 820 and some Heathkit stuff here, which I prefer tube radios anyway. But if you let them sit a while, they'll stabilize. It takes time. Things start to settle in, and then once they settle in, then all you have to do is just make that final adjustment, and it usually works out fairly well. But I appreciate the report and appreciate your information. And last question, I'm using a hand mic. Is the audio okay as well?
Audio is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You're 100% and loud. Roger.
Roger. Sounds good. I'm glad to hear that. That makes it worthwhile even turning the thing on this morning. I ran the Norcars net at 197 first thing this morning, and I turned it on. I was going to use this, but I just turned it on. So I'm just going to have to learn, and I need to turn it on an hour before so that it stabilizes before I go messing with it. So thanks again, my friend. Give me your call so I can write it down, which I'll do this time. And mine is November 3, Romeo Tango Delta. Name here is Shane, Sierra Hotel Alpha, November Edward. And I do appreciate meeting you this morning, and thank you for your help. Over.
Roger, Shane. Could you give me your call again, please?
Norway 3, Romeo Tango Delta.
Roger, Shane. Well, I was just running a vlog video recorder on this QSO, and I was mainly getting Carl down there in Georgia, but I've got you on the tail end of it. If you'd like to hear what your radio sounds like, I'll be posting this on my YouTube page. It's called Jim Fergusson's Radio Story. It's a celebration of 50 years of commercial broadcasting, but we've just started a new segment called QSO Vlog, which is all about amateur radio. And so I'll be posting this QSO for tomorrow. And if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that'll pull up the QSO segments, and you'll be able to hear what your radio sounds like. Roger.
Roger, I'll do that, and I'll also put a, how you put a like and a dislike. I'll put a like on there, and a what do you call that? I'm not too up to date on all this stuff, but I think what it is, do you follow authors or video makers there, and sort of like join the club kind of thing? Over.
Absolutely, I would welcome your subscribe, Roger.
Roger, I'll do it, and sounds like a winner. And as you can see, the phone's ringing, so let me grab that. Hey, thanks again, Jim.
Roger, Sean. 3's that away, and like I say, all things being equal and the creeks don't rise, I'll have that tomorrow. 3's, catch you later. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor.
Thanks again, buddy. N3RTD clear.
Hey, Shane. Audio's great in Tennessee, but the color's lousy.